The Porsche Macan is going electric, but the gas model still accounts for just about half of its sales, and the 2027 model throw in more power and some design tweaks to keep it relevant. On the other hand, Genesis is just starting to make a name for itself in the luxury market, and with the GV70, it's aiming to create a compact luxury SUV that's in many ways nicer and posher than similarly priced rivals. So, does it succeed in doing so, let alone against the new Macan? Well, that's exactly what we'll find out by the end of this video. So, without any further ado, let's jump right in. The new Macan is a mild refresh of the current model with a new grille that's actually smaller while being flanked by two large inlets. The headlights retain the same shape and lighting signature with the whole front end's design staying true to Porsche's iconic look. From the side, there are no sharp lines or creases, with subtle sculpting through the door panels and a black piece of trim towards the base of the doors to try and spice up a fairly generic profile. As for wheels, it comes standard with 19 inches, with 20s and 21s being optional. Out back, the massive full-width LED bar remains unchanged with a cool 3D exposed look that really sets it apart, while the bumper is slightly updated with real exhaust tips tying the whole look together. Genesis, on the other hand, is anything but safe. Instead of Porsche's square grille with two lights on each side, the designers flawlessly implemented the brand's split headlights and shield-shaped grille, giving it a unique identity in a segment full of copycats. The side profile is really good looking because of two design choices. One is the hood being longer than the Macan's, and the second being a lower overall height. Both of these elements make it look longer and wider than the Porsche, when in fact they are fairly similar in both aspects. Wheel sizes are more limited, however, on the GV70, with only either 19 or 21 inches being available. Out back, the smooth tailgate is clean and uses a gentler angle for the rear glass, similar to that in the Macan, while the bumper design differs by trim levels, with the highest two models getting real exhaust tips out the back. Overall, both SUVs are good looking in their own rights, but the GV70's proportions and unconventional look takes the win for me. Jumping inside, the Macan is a quality space to spend time in. With this refresh, Porsche focused on the center console, removing all the buttons and replacing them with haptic controls like the ones in the bigger Cayenne. Quality levels are exactly what you'd expect, particularly the smooth leather covering the seats, door panels, and parts of the dashboard. Then again, that's a $5,800 option, so it should be good. The smaller diameter steering wheel comes wrapped in Alcantara, and it really feels fantastic. As for infotainment, you get a really good 10.9-inch touchscreen display. It's responsive, appears modern, and focuses on making the essentials easy to deal with. The customizable home screen is nice and lets you select what controls and information you want to see and where you want to place them, and both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are supported. The gauge cluster, however, is starting to show its age with two analog dials and a small third digital screen to the right. As for Genesis, the GV70 interior is a classy joint. All soft-touch materials and clean-flowing lines, just like in the Macan. It features a two-tier design that wraps around and connects with the doors, but unlike the Porsche, there are fewer sharp lines and more circles. The largest of the ovals stretches across the dashboard from the driver's door to the glove box. It houses the climate controls, which uses a combination of physical dials and a capacitive touchscreen. A handful of redundant infotainment menu buttons sit directly below. The hidden side air vents stretch across the entire dash. This design continues onto the door panels, including the rear ones, which gives the cockpit design a more unified feel front to back. As for infotainment, you will be happy to know that the huge landscape-style 27-inch OLED infotainment screen is standard on all trims. Genesis' latest user interface is easy to understand, though the touchscreen might be hard to reach for some. Thankfully, there is a rotary dial in the center console to easily access the menus. It's now a short, raised cylinder of a dial to make using it easier on the move. Wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. Overall, again, while both interiors feature their own distinctive design, the Genesis GV70 is the winner here with a superior build quality and premium feel compared to that of the Macan. As for passenger cargo space, the leather seats in the Macan are supportive and up to 18-way adjustable, so nearly anybody should be able to get comfortable up front. The second row space, however, is a different story. The backseat is just more confining. Even if there is adequate room for two 6-foot adults, the low roofline and narrow windows induce claustrophobia on long drives. Cargo is also more dear than the class average, though the 17.6 cubic feet with the seats up expands to a healthy 52.9 cubic feet when the rear seats are folded flat. Genesis seats, on the other hand, which are specific to the Sport Prestige, are overly firm, while the chairs in the lesser trims are softer. Rear comfort is good with better legroom compared to the Macan due to the long wheelbase, while headroom is just as restricted due to the sloping roofline at 40 inches. As for cargo space, the GV70 offers significantly more space with 29 cubic feet with all seats up. Pull the second row down and you get a healthy 57 cubic feet compared to the Porsche. When it comes to pricing, starting with the Genesis, the base 2.5T all-wheel drive starts at a reasonable $48,900, but upgrading to the advanced trim at $56,500 is well worth the money. Doing so adds leather upholstery, ambient lighting, ventilated front seats, Bang & Olufsen audio system, and a host of driver assistant features. The more powerful 3.5T model starts at $64,400 and can reach $71,000 with the Sport Prestige trim. The Porsche Macan, on the other hand, starts at a far higher price and comes with less standard equipment. The base trim starts at $65,400 and it barely has heated front seats and a decent 8-speaker audio system. Thankfully though, it comes standard with adaptive cruise control. The Macan GTS costs an eye-watering $94,200. As you can see, the GV70 Advanced really is an absolute steal with $7,000 difference compared to the base Macan, with options you can't even get on the Porsche if you wanted to. When it comes to driving and handling, the base model out of the bunch is the Macan T, and it's mainly because the turbo 4-cylinder engine saves 129 pounds of weight off of the front end compared to the twin-turbo V6 found in the S and GTS models. Less weight on the front end translates to more responsive steering and handling, and Porsche engineers tuned the suspension, torque vectoring, and traction control specifically for the T model. The 2-liter Turbo 4 is surprisingly good, and the PDK transmission does its usual slick shifts. The ride in normal mode is compliant enough around town while maintaining a level of firmness befitting of a performance SUV. Both Sport and Sport Plus modes are naturally a little bumpier, and the stiff tire sidewalls transmit some boominess into the cabin over rough pavement. They are livable levels though, and reasonable trade-offs for such impressive handling. Even with its modest power figures, the base and T models pull you out of corners with plenty of grunt, especially if the engine is up in the revs. As for Genesis, the 4-cylinder engine option is more powerful than what you find in the Porsche. The 2.5T model uses a turbocharged 2.5-liter Ford that also serves in other Genesis models. In this case, it generates 300 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. While this output falls short of the 3.5T twin-turbo V6, which boasts 375 horsepower and 391 pound-feet of torque, it still holds its own against the competition. Both powertrains share the same 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive is standard. The base 2.5T powertrain exhibits ample power. Its responsiveness is largely refined, showing only minimal surging during light throttle applications on uneven terrain. The 8-speed automatic transmission stands out for its seamless operation, but you really shouldn't expect telepathic responses just like you find in the PDK transmission in the Macan, even when you put it in sport mode. Here's the takeaway. The GV70 artfully combines its cuddling, softer side with a satisfying serving of the joyful sportiness and driving dynamics found in the Macan. For a model that was only introduced recently, it's proof that fusing design, luxurious materials, vehicle dynamics, and refinement is the way to make a mark in a very crowded segment. So, which one should you get? Well, I think this is an easy one. With the GV70, Genesis is essentially combining the poshness and clean design of the larger GV80 SUV while trying to offer some of the engagement found in the Porsche Macan. The result is a compact SUV that blends style, comfort, and driving excitement at a price that won't break the bank, which makes it really a winner here. Again, unless you really need something that's incredibly engaging to drive, at which point really only the Macan can deliver what you want.